1 year ago, I injured my back badly. I could barely walk. The problem was my unbalanced split and horrible form during the deadlift. Then, through sheer bad luck, I became horribly sick and lost 10 kilograms. And in the hospital, when I had nothing else to do, I researched powerlifting for a week, up through the deepest details. Within 3 months, I regained 6 kilos and my original strength, and now I'm at the point where I'm hitting all-time PRs. And my back feels better. Yeah. What's up guys, so I'm here in the jungle. So the main concept is that you have 3 cycles, okay? A volume phase, an intensity phase and a peaking phase. You will attempt to hit your PRs in the peaking phase, in the last phase, and the 2 other phases prepare that. Let me explain how. Phase 1, hypertrophy. This works similarly to how you already train. You just build muscle in a sustainable way, where you don't go overboard, you don't injure yourself, and if an exercise hurts, you just switch it out for another one. This is the phase where you attempt to grow your muscles, not yet making them stronger, but already building the foundation. Now you also throw in a lot of accessory work, such as ab exercises, core exercises, which I will tell you about later. The key here is more volume and less intensity. Now would also be a good time to cycle down the caffeine, because now performance doesn't matter as much. Showing up matters more, as you wanna keep the caffeine abuse for the PRs. Let's build an example split together. You may show up 4 or 5 times a week and still base yourself on movements like the bench, deadlift and squat, unless you encounter a problem, in which case you might even chill out and not do those exercises at all. So let's say chest 2 times a week, legs 2 times a week, a little bit of arms and calves, and lots of abs. I want to tell you about 3 main supportive movements that you should absolutely do. Anti-extension work, such as ab rollouts or other sport-specific ab exercises. Anti-rotational work, such as pull-off presses, and lots of lower back work. What's up guys, I'm at the beach right now and I'm gonna talk about phase 2 intensity. We lower the volume and we increase the intensity. So we're only gonna show up to the gym 3 times a week and we're doing fewer exercises but with heavier weight. Now everything that we do is in the 3 to 5 rep range. This is very effective for gaining strength, but unsustainable, and doing this for like half a year straight will get you injured. Let's design our intensity phase together. So we're gonna have 3 days, push, pull and legs, and they're gonna start with bench, deadlift and squat respectively. Then we might throw in like 2 or at most 3 more exercises, basically more of the same but variations that we lack, such as paused deadlift or incline bench or whatever weakness we wanna work on. What's up guys, so I'm here in the forest. So the peaking phase is really simple. You just attempt to hit a PR and then you leave. That's it. So your sessions are literally gonna be a warm up, 1 rep and then leaving the gym. Ideally, you do this with a partner who can spot you and rate if the lift would pass in a competition. The key rule is that you never do an exercise like the bench or squat without any safety. At least use safety bars or another person who is adequately strong to spot you. Now I'm gonna throw in some final tips. That would be, you should consider buying a lifting belt because number 1, it's allowed in most competitions. So hitting your PRs that way is kind of a no-brainer. And also it's a good way to prevent injury, but you shouldn't rely on a belt to prevent injury. Your form should be good enough and your core should be strong enough so that you can pick heavy shit up without instantly breaking. Finally, some diet tips. Of course, more body weight will mean more strength. It's your decision what weight class you want to fit in, but generally becoming more stronger means becoming bigger also. So eating lots of food is a good idea. Also, high carbs is a must. I'm sorry to all of those keto peoples, but if your goal is powerlifting, that's not really gonna work. So you need lots of carbs, especially before the workout. Supplement wise, of course, creatine is a must have. And collagen for the joints. The thing is, for vegetarians, I haven't found vegetarian collagen because it's derived from skin of cows. And so if I find one, I'll leave a link in the comments or something. But I'm currently looking for it. So that was the video. If you want the training program that I have used to bulk up from 50 kilos to 80 kilos in 3 years, I have a free bodybuilding program in my description, as well as a calisthenics and a powerlifting split that you can copy, if that's your goal. All you have to do is sign up for my newsletter and then I'll send you the link. So check it out, okay? Guys, did you know that pigeons die after sex? At least the one that I